One. Good evening, Michigan. I'd like to welcome you all back. It's been a while, or it seems like it's been forever since I've gotten to talk with you guys. There's been so much going on recently. Tonight we have a very special guest, my brother, here with us. Haven't gotten to actually have him on the show yet. He is a huge warrior, and you all are going to hear quite a bit from him tonight. Mr. Logik Roberts in the house with us tonight. Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody's been having a fantastic week, and we get to celebrate. Most of us get to celebrate that holiday coming up here tomorrow, and don't have to report to our enslavement jobs tomorrow. Tonight we have Mr. Logik Roberts with us. He is a fantastic, mighty warrior in everything he does on a regular basis. Just a fantastic guy to know. If you guys haven't, definitely go over and subscribe to his channel on YouTube. He's going to be going over to Locals here shortly. Make sure you guys subscribe to him over on Locals, and me as well. I have just got my Locals account established so that if Facebook ever decides to ban me again, and we know YouTube's not going to like me either, they shadow ban me as it is already. So when everything goes south with YouTube and Facebook, and before that, make sure you guys follow me on Locals, follow Logik on Locals, and you guys will get some great information that you're not going to hear from the mainstream media. You're not going to get the Logik actually recently here, hard-hitting interview with Senator Ed McBroom. Hard, super hard, fantastic stuff that you're never going to find in the mainstream media. You're not going to get people fighting for you like that. And speaking of that, on that note, we're going to give him the floor here, and he's going to tell you guys a little bit about what he does, what he believes in, and what he stands for. Go ahead, brother.
Welcome. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, thank you for having me, Ethan. It's a pleasure to be on your channel and to be on any channel, man. The Lord really been using me in a lot of different ways, so it's a pleasure. And yeah, man, just out here, excuse me, just out here, trying to fight the righteous battle, trying to, expose evil, fight against it, and just trying to enjoy life, as well. And it's a lot going on. It's a lot in Michigan, a lot of corruption, so we got our hands full. So it's plenty of action to go around. I really like to encourage others to get involved. I try to lead by example in everything. And everything I do, a lot of things, I pray for people, but really try to be an example. So, just out here doing what's necessary and what's our duty and obligations as well as children of God and patriots.
He's very coy, ladies and gentlemen. Logik is out at so many things, and he does only answer to one person. That's for sure. I can testify to that. But he is out here, boots on the ground, constantly rolling his truth mobile from site to site, doing everything he can, and I thank him probably not enough, but I do thank you, brother, because man, boy, do you get out there. And actually, to show everybody um, a little bit about Logic and what he does and how hard he fights for all of us on a regular basis, we got something for you guys.
Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for tuning back in once again for another episode of Logic
Jumping
View.
right in. First question of the day. Who introduced you to Christ Jesus, and how old were you at that
From
time?
around here, brother?
Yes, sir. I am. I'm from Traverse City.
Oh, yeah. What you here for today? Call these offices, call these crooked legislators.
The numbers wasn't, the Republicans were being denied access. They was being kicked out. It was out. The ratio wasn't equal.
We
like
out
it was
here.
supposed to be.
They don't want no smoke.
In Jesus' name.
Yeah.
Go one, we go.
Yeah. You better
repent.
repent.
And I've had it, and it's bad and unpleasant. But does it seem that our reaction to COVID has been driven by political considerations?
Yep. Thank y'all for tuning in to Logic's View. I'd like to give a big thank you to our Heavenly Father, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Thank you, Lord. And I'd like to give a big thank you to each and every one of y'all for tuning back in to Logic's View. Please like, share, comment, or even drop prayer requests down below. And also subscribe so you can stay notified every time our weekly content is uploaded. Thank you for tuning in to Logic's View. Peace. God bless.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Logic Roberts. If I had a round of applause button, he would definitely be getting that right now. But we wanted to talk to you guys tonight about something that's really important, especially, exactly, Victor. Thanks for tuning in and for being here, and make sure you guys share this out. Currently, right now, up for any questions to be answered in the comment section. We're taking the filters off anymore. It's election fraud. It's holding these rhinos accountable. It's the true evil that's going on in our world. It's Google. It's Facebook. Like I said, if Facebook takes me off here, there's plenty of other places to go. And we ain't doing that way anymore. So tonight, we're going to be talking to you guys about some of the various candidates, well, 3 in particular, that are in the race for governor in 2022 against Gretchen Whitmer, because there's been a lot of infiltration going on in what we call the grassroots movement, or the patriotic movement, as some refer to it as. But there's been major infiltration into what we've been trying to do. And we're not going to give any credit to names of these groups. Once you guys see tonight what you're going to see, you'll automatically know the names of these groups. But the important thing with these candidates is that people have to do at least a little bit of research on who these people are. We have information to bring you guys. Me and Logic, we do it all the time. But it's up to you guys to hold these people accountable, to tune into us, learn what you need to learn your rights, learn the laws, learn what these people can be held accountable to in the seats that they sit in. And then you take it to the forefront and you hold these people accountable. It doesn't matter if it's your state representative, your county clerk, doesn't matter what level it is. These people are going to be held accountable from the bottom up. We have a question. Yeah, you can go ahead, Brenda. What would be your question tonight? But the important thing is there's people fighting from the top down right now, but we need people from the bottom up. So people are like me and Logic are here for, because these people got to be held accountable all the way up the chain, because what's at stake in our future is the level of corruption. It has to be broken down from both ends. Once we meet in the middle, we can reach solutions. But until then, we need an absolute breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
so we have to expose these people that claim that they're standing for the people when they really aren't. And there's a few people like that currently that are sitting in seats right now that have introduced things and tried to do what they said that they were able to do in the background. I'm sure Senator McBroom could attest to that. Brenda asked, okay, so when you were stating so-called facts about the vaccine and people holding magnets to their arm, yes, I don't believe that that's in question form.
What was she asking about?
What,
Vaccines?
apparently, it was a couple episodes ago when I was talking about vaccines and people being able to put magnets to their arm.
Mm-hmm.
My mother holds a magnet to her arm. Off topic. Well, I'm glad to answer the question. There are things, and you can get the chemical list of Johnson and Johnson or Pfizer or Moderna, and you can look at the amounts of metals, whether they be in liquid form. I have done a lot of research, and it's not hold up. The main side note of that is that it cannot be a magnet that's over a half a gram. It's just like any other field of magnetism. It can only support so much. You can't like stick a butter knife to your arm. It's not going to happen that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I have seen it with my own eyes. Anything?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, I seen a lot of photo evidence, and I heard a lot of testimonies of people being able to do it too. Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, Victor, right there. I can attest it's a half a gram. I will never, ever, and I'm sure Logic, and I'm not dissing you at all. I would just like to see proof. I probably should have taken a video of that day with the situation. I do not have a video of that. Anybody that's been vaccinated, that's welcome to be open-minded to the truth, can get a half a gram of magnetized metal at your local hardware. You can just do it in the aisle. You don't even have to buy it, honestly. And just try it. See what happens. If you video it and I end up being wrong, you're more than welcome to come and post it to my page. That's absolutely fine. I love constructive criticism. But what was I? Back to the topic though. We have to hold these people accountable for who they are. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a few candidates for governor right now. And what we've done tonight is I've dug up some information that Logic hasn't seen before. So you all, along with Logic, are going to be seeing this information pretty much for the first time, unless you already know about this situation. A very prominent name that we keep hearing about, 100%, I 100% support no vaccine. Thank you, Brenda, very much. I'm vaccine choice. I believe that all people, will wake up eventually to the situations at hand. I would be a hypocrite if I said that I wanted my freedom and I wanted to be able to choose if I wore a mask or not, let's say, and I didn't support vaccine choice. So I am completely 100% vaccine choice. I would encourage you to do research before you do such, but it's absolutely your choice. But Garrett Saldano, to those who have not heard his name, he is involved with a few different quote unquote conservative movements. And he's a very prominent name right now in the race for governor. There's a lot of people that follow him that are huge supporters of his. I don't know if they know back information about him or not. You guys are going to get a little bit of this information tonight. As always, we always encourage you guys to dig more, to question everything, even what we say. Look it up. Like I was just telling Brenda tonight, we can always be wrong. And we would gladly love to be updated and right. So that the next time we talk to you guys, it can be what it needs to be. But thank you, Brenda. But you guys tonight are going to see a little bit about Garrett Saldano in his past before his run for governor, shortly before his run for governor, with selling snake oils to people. The snake oil term referring to back in the old days when people would sell you a tonic saying that it would cure something, and it was a bunch of BS. So before Garrett Saldano announced his candidacy for governor this past year, he was involved in many lawsuits with his snake oil, what he called many times a cure for coronavirus, this Juice Plus Plus. I know a couple people actually that were sucked into this because he is a chiropractor and he was using his DR in front of his name. He's not a doctor, not in that sense. He was using the doctor in front of his name to sell this to people. $75 a month. And thousands of people did this.
Yeah, see, a lot of people on my channel be asking me to interview Garrett and to look into him and this and that, you know. And I try to tell them, like, I mean, I've been hearing a lot of bad stuff about him for a while. And I haven't had the time to personally dig, so I definitely been wanting to get some info on him to give to the people asking, you know, and it's only fair to look at all candidates as well anyway. But yeah, I need something to give to the people, some facts, some evidence, some proof. So yeah, I definitely want to hear more about it for sure. Can't hear you.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here tonight. I hate that button sometimes. I push it because it makes it nice for you guys to be able to hear my guest. But the articles from the U.S. Sun, which they lean both ways sometimes, but they usually are pretty unbiased. Sometimes more left, but in this case, that might actually be a good thing because you guys, in your own time, if you'd like, because these are important things, because you guys have to learn how to get this information, because this is always important. Even if it's once every 2 years, once every 4 years, whenever the election comes around in your state or here in Michigan, even if you do this at those points, it's super important to know who you are voting for. You can find these lawsuits, numerous lawsuits of this Juice Plus Plus. The name even is just so utterly ridiculous. Juice Plus and then a plus after it.
Was this some in Michigan or where was he doing this at?
He was selling it everywhere. He was selling it everywhere.
Okay.
Saying that the vitamins will cure people of coronavirus.
And it was proven to be a big hoax, you said. Huh?
Yeah. It was all just complete and utter nonsense. There was nothing in it. It was just a bunch of vitamins and minerals in a bottle.
So what's going on with it now? You say it's a big lawsuit?
Yeah, there's still bunch of active people suing him and everybody else that was involved in this. Because that's illegal to do. I forget the act right now. It wasn't even disinfectant. No, it was, you were supposed to take it. Like, you were supposed to take it once or twice a day, and it would cure you of coronavirus, Victor. That was the claims made by Garrett and the rest of them with this Juice Plus Plus.
Okay. Well, that's a little smoke. That's a little something. What else you got? What else we got? What else we got on Gary? You know that?
I actually, well, the involvement with Stand Up Michigan in the first place. That's a group that most people that are watching this channel would know right now. Stand Up Michigan. For those of you that don't, they are a group that started off with good intentions in the grassroots movement, but those things seem to have swayed or shifted. I'll be able to bring you guys the next episode because we're going to start doing episodes every Wednesday and Sunday. The next episode, make sure you guys stay tuned, and I will be able to bring you guys the exact numbers that are coming to groups like Stand Up Michigan, because that's another spot where Garrett Soldano is wrapped up in the establishment, because Stand Up Michigan was a big push and a big sponsor of Unlock Michigan, no matter how much they want to deny it. They had numerous occasions of their logo being multiplied over banners and pictures together, and it's just impossible to deny. And accepting huge money from establishment cronies such as Ron Weiser, and accepting money from Michigan by Michigan, which is another group that is underneath of Ron Weiser, but you can only have so many nonprofit organizations that you funnel money to, so they have to make pit stops along the way. It's kind of like a 7-day Amazon free trial. You get X amount of time, and then if you want, you can create a new email and make another one. And that's what they do with these nonprofit organizations. They funnel X amount until they can't no more, and then they come up with a new name, and then they funnel money through that one from the first one, and it just goes on and on forever. And that's literally how they do things like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people will always tell you to follow the money like this one. Garrett Soldano, who created Michigan's against excessive quarantine, which in turn turned into Unlock Michigan.
Stand Up.
No, that ended up morphing into Unlock. That group and the notions that they had and the ideas that they had ended up morphing into Unlock Michigan. These are the people that we were talking about earlier that want to look like they're grassroots, act like they're grassroots. A lot of them have came from the Tea Party, which they hold rather, conservative viewpoints like most of us. Bait and switch. Exactly, Victor. Exactly. Bait and switch. But they claim to be grassroots, and they started things with good intentions, but once they feel the poke of the establishment, it's done. It's over. It's once you have that infiltration from the GOP and from the establishment, no matter how much you think you've taken it over, you're infiltrated. You're not standing on your own no more.
Mm-hmm.
You're answering to somebody. Groups like Patriot Approved, that's a true grassroots group. That's who you go to for reliable candidates. Patriot Approved. Find them on Facebook. I believe they have a website also. Yeah. And they're getting ready to letter up their first trophy vehicle right now. Patriot Approved. Fantastic group. If you guys want to know about candidates that you should be looking at if you want a little bit of help with your guys' research during election times. How do you feel about seeing all this with the $75 a month subscriptions and
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy to hear from it, you know what I'm saying? But that's what you get from these type of. I mean, I ain't look too much into Garrett. I know he got a lot of diehard fans, you know, and they support him. And you know, a lot of people start out with good intentions, like you said, and then you know the establishment creatures get to him and bribe him, or you know, just twist a agenda and have them turning into puppets. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's the case. I done heard a lot. You know, I seen a video where one of the former members of Stand Up was giving his testimony. A lot of people should know, you know what I'm saying? Kevin Skinner gave his story, and he said, you know, that Armstrong weaseled his way in with the 20 grand and convinced the moderators or whatever to turn against him. And then Garrett ended up getting convinced to slide up out of there too and possibly run for governor. You know, so I'm not sure. A lot of that stuff is, you know, he say she say. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to find out more about him. You know, he rubbed me the wrong way personally. I'm going for Ryan Kelly or Ralph Rebant. You know, I'm rooting for both of them. I think they prime candidates, and may the best man win. But we are not finna let some establishments or some puppets weasel their way in, so we can be in the same situation we in now with Whitmer. Can't hear you.
speaking of more weasels here, uh, we have another, and this one could possibly be worse than Garrett, because he already has a super PAC that is backing him currently. Um, so we're going to take a look at that here. A lot of you might have actually heard of him already. But that would be former police chief of Detroit, James Craig.
Yeah, I got some questions for him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Main one I want to know is why do you agree with Biden and Harris on their gun reform platform? That's number
Very
one.
right, right. That's a red flag dead giveaway. You know, I ain't even got to look into him too much. I mean, I haven't. Yeah, and it's our job to do that, and I will. But I already know. You know, my spiritual discernment let me know when you're dealing with a lot of these people. Man, you look into their fruits. You know, where was he when the election was being stolen? You know, that's one of the biggest questions I want to know. You know, because that's detrimental to our country, to you know what we're going through right now. Police would have been doing their job instead of escorting. You know, you got people saying that the police was escorting these white vans, you know, that pulled up at 3 in the morning. So, you know, I got a lot of questions for him, man. You know, I want to look him in. I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he already getting on the mainstream and using that muscle.
You mean like you
So
did Senator McBroom?
yeah, exactly. I want to talk to him just like that. You
Yeah,
know,
man. Yeah, the interesting part about James Craig is the PAC that is now backing him already, which is very early on, um, is treasured by John Engler, who is the former governor of Michigan, who has had his hand in three different versions of corruption. One of them, namely, being when he became president of Michigan State University after he was governor of Michigan. there was a sexual assault case going on from a volleyball trainer at MSU. And he had made the statement, and this is a direct quote of what he said: I believe those young ladies enjoy the spotlight.
See, John Engler, he was governor when I was a kid, so
Right.
that didn't ring a bell. He's still involved out here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. These people never go away.
Right. Get
Yeah,
their tentacles in it.
right. There's a reason why you see Nancy Pelosi wasting away into a skeleton in front of your face. Because these people go to DC to die in DC. Like,
Yeah.
we've got to get a new generation up on the Capitol Hill. We've got to. It is up to us. Just because a bad past might have been created for us, no matter who you are, red, white, brown, black, just because a bad past was created for you doesn't mean the future's dark. It never has to mean that, ever. It's all about what you do. It's all about how you do it.
Yep.
You can do anything that you set yourself to do. You don't need the assistance from anybody, let alone the government. And that's all socialism ends up being. And that's all these rhinos are after, is help with the agenda.
Yeah, man, they trying to enslave us and control the populations. It's the same. They just pushing the same agenda. That's why it's so easy to spot them. Once you know the enemy agenda, you can tell who pushing for that and who pushing against what's beneficial to the people, man. That's why it's important for us to get into these constitutions, and even more important for us to get into the scripture, so we know the Bible tell us all type of details and give us all type of wisdom and knowledge on what we up against, and more importantly, who stands for us and within us as well. Can't hear you, brother.
See, and I turn it off because if I don't, then it's gonna get the double feedback. Victor said to look at Granholm. One of the ones that I have a question for is Debbie Stamina. That one, she is beyond wishy washy. Beyond wishy washy. Granholm, yeah, she evolved all the way up to sitting next to Biden. One of his picks.
That's the thing too, man. Like a lot of these names, Stabenow, Granholm, Engler, man, we should have been exposed these people decades ago, man, and got these people out of here. These criminals, man, they've been doing their thing, for far too long, man. Man, yeah. So it's rhino season, man. You know what I'm saying? And everybody need to get out here, get involved. If y'all want to get y'all t-shirts, y'all hunting gear, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? And man, we need to get out here and get active. We got to do it, man. These people, that's why they've been getting away with it. Cause we ain't been involved. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, and that's exactly why we're behind the eight ball, because we've let the government keep the government in check for way too long, and people started questioning it at the lowest levels, like police officers and police forces investigating themselves, and that's where it picked up steam at. And then everybody started questioning more and more, and then finally, when this election was stolen from us, no matter which way it would have went, it's definitely not legit results that are posted to all of us all the time. There's all the proof in the world to prove every bit of that, from the machines to the ballots to our clerks not having the correct information. Y'all stole it.
Chief
And
Craig,
you know it.
Chief Craig, where was you at, man? When they was covering up the windows,
Yeah.
when these fans was pulling up,
Oh,
when they was kicking the Republicans out, where was you at? why you trying to get all this favor for not letting riots come to Michigan? You know, like you had power to control that or not. You know, there was your overlords who did that, probably trying to set you up to look good because they knew what was going to happen with the election. You know what I'm saying? But we see through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And we got to get this fixed. And it's like I tell everybody, you can do so much on your county level. If there's, you figure if there's two people at every county building, there's 83 counties. Y'all got almost 200 people to make your voices be heard. Whether you gather on the steps in Lansing or whether you make a million phone calls and leave a million emails to where you can't be ignored anymore. We have to make it to where they can't ignore us. The people have the power. It's one of the first lines of the Michigan Constitution and our U.S. Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
like Logic said, we haven't been keeping them in check for long enough.
for sure. For sure, man. Yeah, that's some interesting information. You know, I already feel, that Craig for sure, he establishment. You know, and Garrett seemed like, in my opinion, he being groomed for establishment. You know,
Right.
I tell people that I just started focusing on Michigan. I'm not too familiar with it, but I am familiar with politics, national, global, and I know the enemy MO. You know how he operate. He do the same thing all across the country. If it work here, he gonna do it there. He gonna fool the percentage of people who unaware of his tactics. You know what I'm saying? So what he normally do, just like in the music industry, when he see a young rising star, somebody who coming up innocent, got a great fan base, you know what I'm saying? He come at them when that fan base started growing, and you know what I'm saying? He offer them a deal they can't refuse, and they have to decide, whether they're gonna sell their soul or not. And a lot of these people, they face temptation. The devil tried to tempt Jesus. So the devil, of course, he gonna try to tempt us, and a lot of people fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. You know what I'm saying? They start out with good intentions, and then they get perverted through temptation, through bribery, through falling short, because we human, but when it come down to this stuff, if you ain't got your spiritual eyes open, you will fall for the enemy traps and tricks every time. So, Saldano could have started out good with good intentions, and got corrupted, or he could have had an agenda all along. I don't know. But, from what I done heard and from listening to him, he don't rub me the right way, and neither do Chief Craig. So, we got you revealed a little bit today. You know what I'm saying? I gotta look into it more as well, because I can barely read the screen as you showing it. But
Yeah,
it
I
definitely,
was trying to zoom it in.
yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It definitely, confirms some thoughts I already had, but we still got to get at people more. You know what I'm saying? Unless they go look
Absolutely.
into it, they definitely can look into it themselves. We point y'all in the direction and try to bring it to y'all as well. But you don't have to take our words. We encourage y'all to do your own research. But
Yep.
we're gonna try to make it a little easier for y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I will never bring you guys anything that I can't prove. Ever. Anything that I ever bring you guys will never be some out there conspiracy theory or, something that I heard a person from another person say. It's always going to be factually based. Anything I bring you.
Yeah. That's how he do it. Me, I do it a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been researching for so long. I ain't ever seen nobody do some of the things I accuse McBroom of doing, but I know they do it because of the research. They not finna do it so everybody can see. This stuff is gonna be hard to see, but you put two and two together. You know what I'm saying? If it look like a duck, walk like a duck, quack like a duck, you don't have to see the duck on camera. You know what I'm saying? To know it's a duck. These people serve the enemy. The proof is in the pudding. The Bible tell you to look into them fruits. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. You know, they ain't gonna show you and give you what you need to know that they what you already need to know what they is. You know, it's up to us. So yeah.
Right on, brother. Exactly. And I was totally reminded of that the other day when you were grilling Senator McBroom. I was like, man, imagine if our news media actually did their job and all of them were out doing stuff like this every single day. I'm like, imagine how fast everything would come out. So
Yeah.
that's how you know that they are part of it. That's how you know. Because if they weren't, it would be the juiciest story of the century, and they would be out there doing exactly what you were doing.
Man, yeah, man, he can't deny it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at his body language, he was like a little kid being scolded by his father, you know what I'm saying? And he couldn't deny so much of that stuff, man. He lucky that I let him off the hook about so many things, you know, cuz I know he guilty, you know. I can't stand sitting there looking at people, you know, that I know them that committed crimes against humanity, you know, and then they holding up the election on top of it, you know, destroying our country, contributing to it. So these is the people that, you know, that's
Right,
committing treason, you know,
right.
treason.
The
We
way
know the punishment for treason, you know.
the way I see it is like, okay, on the side that says that the election was fair and square and whatever have you, everything most secure election in American history. Okay, if you truly feel that way, and a state wants to waste their money, what's your problem? What what
Yeah,
what
well,
what what? So we do it, and which we're going to. Michigan, you wait, it's coming. You wait. But if we want to waste our money and that's our decision, what is it up to you? Number one, and especially in Michigan's constitution, we have the right to an audit. Any single individual citizen, and has the right to call a special election at that. So what is
oh,
it to any of you? Number two, on the right side, we'll say, if I was a senator or I was a congressman and I had the amount of people that were pissed off in my district about what was going on and felt like they were cheated, it's not my job to formulate an opinion. That's not my job. I'm not there for that. My job is to uphold the will of my citizens, regardless of my viewpoints.
mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. I'm there. I'm the one sent to represent the many. That's a huge burden. If you ain't ready to wear that burden, move out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of your seat. Give up your seat. Give it to some. Be the better person and know that you cannot uphold the duties or don't know all of the duties or responsibilities of your seat and give it to somebody who does. Don't sit there and try to keep pocketing money off of it when you're not actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's what we're sick and tired. It's not the
Yeah,
people themselves. It's do your job or move out of the seat.
yeah, they not for us, you know what I'm saying? So their job is being against us. They doing a good job. You know, their job is to be against us. You work for the cabal, you are against humanity. You know,
And we
so,
know who you are when you don't stand with us. Because I posted text messages between Senator McBroom and I on my page the other day, and you can see in those messages that I pleaded with him. Literally, I told him, "This is your only form of salvation. Imagine what you would look like to the people if you actually grew a spine and
right.
stood up for the things that you in these messages to me have admitted that you know about it. Of course, we are going to crush you and say how evil you are and how manipulative you are when you're sitting there telling me that you know about these things and Secretary Jocelyn Benson hasn't been prosecuted yet? You are a flaw in the system. You are a cog in a gear that doesn't belong. Get out.
Mm-hmm.
Period. We're done with it. That's the statements that are made on shows like this, when we go to events and rallies, on shows like Logik's View, other friends of ours as well. Victory News here in the comment section, always doing great work. These are the people that are going to hold these rhinos and these far left and evil people that sit in these seats accountable. Because our lamestream media definitely ain't doing it. And these are the things that are going to get us shut down on platforms like Facebook and YouTube. But it doesn't matter. That's what the new Locals is up there for. And also make sure that you go over to Locals and get on to my man Logik View. Get on him on Locals. Exclusive content going to be up there. That's only going to be up there.
Yes, yes, yes. Follow me on alternative platforms, preferably locals. You know what I'm saying? We out here.
Absolutely. Mike, this is Logik Roberts. Because he had asked, who's your guest tonight? For anybody that is tuning in right now, Logik Roberts with us tonight. Great patriot, great warrior, mighty child of God. Only buddy that makes decisions in anything he does is the man upstairs. And he is just a true warrior in everything that we do, man. Such spirit and such effort. If you guys ain't subscribed on YouTube, Locals, Rumble, what else are you on?
Odyssey, Gator, Gab, Telegram. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much anything. Go there, type in his name. You guys are getting good stuff. You guys are getting good content. You guys are getting up to date at the moment. Sometimes right up in their faces, you know. And this is what has to happen. This is what has to happen. Because if it doesn't, if we're not up in their face, they think that we're just gonna go away.
Mm-hmm. Modern day demon slayer.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. They think that we are going to go away, and we have to let them know that time is done. The time of the government dictating the government is over. This is power to the people time.
Yeah, and man, stay tuned. You know, tomorrow it's gonna be a special episode. You know, I'll be posting in the morning, be giving some updates and some announcements. We got something big in store for Tuesday after the holiday. You know, all Patriots on deck. You know, we out holding the line no more. It's time to charge forward. We gonna charge forward with some. Yeah. I ain't even gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. Logik's View.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be letting Logik cover all that, because he has garnered quite the audience, and the more people that have this information, the better. But y'all will still definitely be able to find it on my page. It'll definitely be getting shared out to all you guys, because we're getting a lot more tight knit. The independent reporters from around the state we're gradually all coming together. We know each other. We talk with each other. We correspond with each other. We know where people are going to be at certain events. And we're doing all of this to build a better network and know where people have to be and what isn't being covered yet, and what might be able to be covered instead of two people being at one event, all to try to give you guys the biggest expansion of news possible. Us Against Media, John and Rachel over there, they do fantastic work over there. They just got back from the border. UsAgainstMedia.com. Go over there, watch those videos.
Shout out to Elliot Truth. Shout out to my boy.
Yep,
That's
Elliot.
my boy.
Yep,
That's my
Elliot.
boy.
He is fantastic. He is exposing a lot of stuff on a daily basis, same as me and Logic. Even when we're not on here, it's always behind the scenes for you guys. It's always on the grind. It's always exposing the next bit of corruption, the next chunk in the timeline. Like we said before, going from the bottom all the way up. If you don't know your job, we'll educate you. It's fine. Any representatives right now that are watching this that think you don't have certain powers that you do have, we'll gladly educate you if that's what you need. If not, move out of our way. Because like I said, the power of the people is coming back. And people like us are leading the charge. People like that are watching this video right now. People like you, regular citizens. It's no different than when this country was founded. Absolutely no different. Those first words are "we the people" for a reason. And make sure you never forget that.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been a fantastic show. It's been great to get back to you guys. Like I said, filters are coming off a little bit more. We're going to talk about what we want, when we want, how we want. Because these people are done. Doesn't matter how we get this information to you guys. It'll always be given to you. Whether you come here to Minds of Michigan, you go over to Logic's View, or if you go to usagainstmedia.com, or you go and visit Elliot Truth, there's many of us as far as our state. You want to know the real things that are going on in our state, make sure you get a hold of one of us. Our inboxes are always open. Comment sections are always open. Many forms of communication with you guys. We're going to let Logic give you guys a little bit more insight, and then we're going to send us out of here.
Yeah, buddies, like I say, we out here, citizen journalism. It's important. We trying to get the news to the people that the mainstream is censoring. It's very important that people are properly informed. So that's why we out here doing this, virtually for free. People starting to show love and show support in many different ways. All of it's appreciated. I thank you, everybody who's been supporting my channel, everybody who supports citizen journalism, everybody who fighting for God and fighting for the truth, the Constitution, exposing evil. We love y'all. God bless y'all. Peace.
Absolutely. We appreciate every single one of you guys. This helps in the fight. Every person that wakes up. And every little bit helps. Whether it's a click, a share, the donations up top, the other platforms. Every little bit helps you guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in. And we're going to see you on Wednesday. And when you're out there, make sure you stay safe and stay informed.